Lists are similar to lists in regular life. They're basically a series of components that are separated by commas. Instead of making an independent variable for each item, lists allow us to efficiently organize different items together. For example, if I want to create a shopping list, I can say shop list equals, in square brackets, apples, oranges, bananas, and cherries. We can also call a particular item of a list. If you remember, a few videos ago I said that in code, counting starts from 0. That applies to lists as well, except this time it applies to each item and not each character. So if I index the 0 value from shop list by doing shop list square bracket 0, I'll get apples and not just A. You can think of it as each item in the list can be indexed, and the index value will be the place of the item minus 1. So apples will be 0 because they're first in the list, and 1 minus 1 is 0, and then oranges will be 2 minus 1, and that will become 1, and so on. You can also index multiple items. For example, if I want apples and oranges, I can do shop list 0:2 to get apples and oranges. Remember though that the ending position is excluded, so if you want to go up to bananas, you will have to do shop list 0:3. Now let's talk about modifying lists. Well, lists are what we call mutable, so the nice thing about them is that they can be changed. For that, we can use the append function. For example, if we want to add blueberries to our list, we can say shoplist.append, and then in parentheses and quotation marks, blueberries. And then you can see that blueberries has been added to the list. Now, instead of adding an item, let's say you want to replace an existing item. Suppose that you want to remove apples and instead buy cheese. Well, you can do that by indexing shoplist 0 and then making it equal to cheese. And the list will be modified accordingly. So we can add and replace items in a list, but can we delete items? Yes. To delete an item in a list, you have to use the delete function. All you have to do is write delete, which is just del, and then shoplist, and then the index value of the item you want to delete. Say you want to delete oranges, so you can say del shoplist1 to get rid of oranges. And now let's say you want to know how many items are in the list, and you can use the length function to figure that out as well. You can do length, which is just len in Python, and then in parentheses shoplist to get how many items are in a list, which in this case are 4. Note, however, that the len function does not count from 0 and actually starts from 1. Another cool feature in lists is that you can also add two lists together. So let's create another list and we will call it shoplist2, and we'll make it equal to bread, butter, and jam. Now we can do shoplist plus shoplist2 to get the combined two lists. And like we learned in the arithmetic operators video, you can also multiply lists to have them repeat. For example, you can do shoplist times 3, and times will be the asterisk, don't forget. Then there are two more functions that lists have, the max and min functions that we'll also be touching on in this video. For those functions to work, we need a list made of just numbers. So first of all, let's create a list called listNum. And in that list, we'll just have it be 1, 8, 2, 6, and then 25. That's a random order of numbers. Now, to find the maximum value of this list, all we have to do is do max, and then in parentheses, listNum to get 25, which is our maximum value of the list. And then we can also do the minimum, which is min listNum, also in parentheses, and we'll get 1, which is the minimum value of this list.